everybody, welcome back to the channel here in Global Conquerors, our weekly podcast, Conquest. This is episode 32. Your general, this is your host, SMGFrenzy, joined with.
That's an ADC. I don't know why I did that. That's not my thing. Or Angelus. You all know me because that's how Mockter only talks. Doesn't call me by my gamer tag. Lame. But yeah, we're here with another weekly podcast. I guess news slash update stuff.
Yep.
Um, Not much to talk about. Maybe one key esports topic. No, actually, there's like what, two out of the four things that we're gonna talk about.
We have some news is somewhat big. There's one topic that's massive, and then the rest is some general esports news we'll go over not too long to focus on.
So, yeah, I'm ready whenever you are, man. Let's get into it.
No, yeah, we'll start off with the first topic, which is near and dear to my heart. Evil Geniuses, North America's oldest esports organization, has undergone another rebrand. But to the surprise of everyone, actually, they went back to their OG branding and their OG tags and everything. So I'm happy. A lot of fans are happy. Obviously, this is like just a baby step in like them trying to regain their fan base. If you want to hear more actually about my opinion on it, there's an article that came out today that you can read that I did talk about it in. So if you just search up Evil Geniuses on like Google and you go to news, it's the very first one that comes up. But yeah, they're celebrating their 25th anniversary of being the NA's first org, and obviously this their general 25th anniversary. And their mission is that they're trying to recapture their audience that
Glory.
they've lost the past 3 years due to a lot of management decisions that were bad. As many of you may know, e.g., around 2019, I believe, they were acquired by Peak Six, which is like this banking corporation. And someone from Peak Six, known as Nicola Point Jameson, she became EG CEO from then up until mid 2023. She started off as a fine person who helped actually revitalize the brand into a big name again. EG jumped into League again. They were in Val. They had a big CS roster, Rainbow Six. It seemed like an EG renaissance. And then things went downhill really quickly, as in League they had a big controversy for their star player Danny with like mistreatment and whatnot. Them like withholding and cutting the pay rates for the Valorant Championship roster when they won, and withholding them from free agency transfers and whatnot for a while. And there's a bunch of other stuff that was just really bad. Them leaving every esport but Valorant, but now EG seems to now be taking it step by step, starting with Valorant. Right now, they're doing pretty well, and then probably next year, I wouldn't be surprised if they get back into another esport. So they've grown. They've had their waves. They're on a roller coaster. They're currently now back slowly on the up, and we'll see if they're able to keep going up for a while. Yeah.
Well, I don't really got much to say about the EG because I really don't
It's not your
keep
team.
up with them.
Yeah.
But it was. I do remember when they did do the rebrand. I think they rebranded twice within like a short period of time. They hated the first logo and then they did another one, which was okay,
Yeah.
which became their logo for a while. And what was it, like maybe a couple days ago?
It was like
Maybe
it looked like
now.
4 days ago before the Valorant season started
So,
back up.
which means when this podcast will probably be out, it would be a week from that, a week already.
Yeah.
But yeah, they decided to go back to the original bread and butter that they worked,
Yes, sir.
and they seem like they're gonna try to resurgence them or like get as much out as of what they got and try to regain everything they lost
Yeah.
from those last 3 years. So good start with the logo and tags. I mean, it's
We're no longer living evil. Now we're back to bleeding blue. So
I like the other one too. I mean, they own it. They technically own that trademark too,
yep.
because they. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see that an org on its last breath of air just make a random recovery and yeah, they I think because of this they do plan to get back into other esports like you said,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't wait to see what esports they'll go into next since they only have Valve. But
Yep.
don't be surprised when you start hearing they'll. I mean, I think they'll bring in Conquerors first
Yeah.
before they bring into esports.
Mm-hmm.
But It's good though. It's a good a win in the community. Knowing EG's been the longest and oldest esports organization, so
No, yeah,
good to
because
see.
you have
For
North America's oldest esports organization, and unfortunately was not claimed by Esports Winter. It was this close to being on his deathbed, but they were able to hold strong and continue on. So, good news for esports teams and just the NA esports scene in general. But other esports news, actually, this one I didn't put on the script because I forgot to add it. But Cloud9 plans to partner with the NYSL and COD during the Esports World Cup. And then after the event, it appears that Cloud9 wants to merge or even just take over fully the operations of NYSL, which is interesting because if you know, NYSL was founded by the NYXL, the New York's Excelsior in Overwatch. But that brand is basically defunct now because they're not in Overwatch anymore. So NYSL has almost been like in an independent sort of state. It's really unclear. But with C9
Mhm.
coming in, it'll be interesting to see, especially for the following CDL year, if NYSL keeps that NYSL name or is COD just dropping names entirely as we presume, and then we get like some will keep their names of like like not Houston Outlaws, LA Gorillas or whatever, but then some might be like it's just Cloud9, it's just Optic Gaming. So it's
Um,
interesting to see this big move already now with the Esports World Cup.
um, I would assume these orgs got some type of news on, I guess the CDL
Mm-hmm.
and what they're planning to do. So if C9 is wanting to get back into COD and this is the way in, that means something is coming for the CDL scene,
Mm-hmm.
which causing because C9 is a pretty big org, and they've been out of COD for a while,
Yeah.
and to hear that they are potentially rumored to come back, who knows? I mean, obviously they're gonna partner with NYSL to for the World Cup, but they did. There is rumors that they do plan to merge, but it has to do something with what's gonna happen next year.
Yeah, with the new
So
CDL.
so there, if C9 is coming back, that means there's something big and something that they're gonna gain something out of it. Then I don't see why we won't hear any more orgs try to do this in the next few months. Even though the season will be over within like maybe three.
No,
And the game comes out
CDL
on
Champs is in July. It's already here.
at the end of July. It's at
Yeah.
the end of July. So we'll see. It's only not that far off. So and the game comes out on the in this October 10th or not October 10th. What was it? I forgot what day. It was in
I don't
October though.
remember. Yeah,
I
sometime in
don't
October.
remember. But it's like the early weeks of October. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, there has to be something coming and making C9 want to come back and be a part of this new era of the CDL.
Hmm.
So we'll see. It's pretty big news. Um, we won't know more unless we'll probably know more like coming down these later end of this of the I guess the tournaments,
I would
especially at
say,
champ.
yeah, at Champs, we probably will get the big announcement of how the CDL will change and the rules and stipulations that will follow through for the next year. Hopefully, which it'll be very fun to see what they announce and how they plan to shake up the franchise league into like an almost not franchise ecosystem.
I think they're gonna still be franchise
Hmm.
in a way, but little by little they're gonna say they're franchise, but they're gonna really not be.
Hmm.
They're gonna like slowly like fade away like the franchising aspect little by little
Hmm.
every year to a point where we just go back to open brackets. And since Microsoft is the one running COD, I mean, besides, I mean, 343, dropping the bag with less tournaments this year, hopefully. But the way they've done I guess COD and Halo back in the day
Hmm.
works. That format has always worked. Has always been good. It's the format everyone likes. Everyone's just tired of watching your favorite team play once, and then you would have to watch them again 2 days later. Like it's just not. It's just not fun to experience. And it's not fun for the players. And I just really hope we go back to that original formula that works, and it only works for our console FPS games.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh,
I mean, also, I don't think just console FPS is even like pre 2019 CS:GO was also basically like an open league thing before you had like a really established ESL IEM or like the Dream League and all the other stuff that happened with the CS:GO scene. Many esports scenes, even League before 2017, wasn't franchised. It had promotion and relegation and whatnot. But also, there's benefits. We've talked about this before. There's benefits to franchising. You have stability of orgs, but there's also drawbacks to franchising. There's benefits to having open bracket, but then there's massive drawbacks to happen, like open bracket relegation and stuff, because then there is no stability for teams. You have a massive org drop out of the standings, and then they're in the lower league for like the rest of the year, and they're not getting any funding or eyes on them, so they can't sell merch or whatever. So it's a hard line to balance. And I think what will be interesting is that, as we talked about last week, the LCS is like still franchised, but we'll have one slot that is promotion and relegation. So I guess we'll see how that works out for them, and maybe other esports teams might adopt a similar scenario, but we don't know just yet.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Still little fresh. This news. This news came out just today as we speak. It's June 24 or 2024. Holy shit. That's weird to say. Holy shit. Anyways, it's still fresh. So don't be surprised if we start hearing other big names start making returns, or
Mm-hmm.
this NYSL and C9 merge fully coming through.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've had G2 is already back in COD. They're part of the Minnesota Rockers.
Yeah.
So if Cloud9 plans to do something like that, then I don't see anything wrong with it. C9 is a pretty big org, and they have a lot of. I guess they got a lot of fans, and this will help bring more eyes to the CDL.
Yeah.
Because the only two big orgs that aren't like CDL franchises, Optic and FaZe.
Yeah.
Because Ultra's not like an wait, no, Misfits, right? No, that was
No, it's
Miami.
not. Yeah.
And that's not even Miami anymore, so Misfits don't own that.
The
The
Toronto.
Heretics are still big. So
Yeah. No, Ultra is owned by who is it? Overactive Media, who also owned the Toronto, who currently still own the Toronto Defiant in Overwatch, who's currently the number one team in North American Overwatch right now. So I doubt they actually dropped that name because they're still using their Overwatch name even as well. Because
would they just be Ultra instead of Toronto?
no, it would still be Toronto Ultra, the same way that the Toronto team in Overwatch is still the Toronto Defiant. They haven't rebranded.
Okay, but yeah, but like if you're talking about like if let's just say this FaZe drop the Atlanta FaZe and they just go Atlanta FaZe Clan,
Yeah.
and then Optic Texas will go to Optic Gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Toronto, I think, will be the one outlier because Overactive Media itself isn't an esports org. They're a publishing company based in Toronto. So if they lose Toronto, they lose their whole identity. So I strongly think that they will, like the same way like Kansas City Pioneers. I feel like the same way that Toronto will be like they have to keep the Toronto name in their name. They can't
alright,
drop it.
well,
Yeah.
okay. We'll
They'll be the
see.
last holdover from the CDL. Watch it happen.
Yeah, but you don't know. Then end up might being elite.
Yeah,
Imagine Toronto Ultra going into Europe.
that'd be wild. That would actually be wild.
League of Legends. They get a team in South Korea,
No, there's no
and they're
way.
called Toronto Ultra.
Nah, that you know how weird that would be. It's like when
That's what I'm saying.
it's like in Overwatch. No, but Overwatch did that at one point. The Philadelphia Fusion, they got moved to the Asian League, and they were still the Philadelphia Fusion. You know how
It
weird
is
that was?
possible.
Yeah, it's weird when you see it though, but it happens, I guess.
Hey, the game's the game.
Oh yeah, that's true. The name is just the name. But yeah, COD, like I said, this is the first, I guess, big news ever since the big CDL rebranding. We're getting tidbits of
Teasers.
information. Yeah, teasers about how the CDL will be moving forward, especially with the C9 merger slash acquisition of what was the team again?
New York.
Of NYSL. Yeah, there we go. But on to other esports news. The LPL's official TikTok had a 1-hour stream that allowed Faker to promote Ari skin, the $500 Ari skin, to LPL fans. As people know, the LPL is Riot's biggest region in terms of players. And lots of North American fans are boycotting buying the skin because it's $500. Riot doesn't care because in China they sold 4.8 million CYN Chinese currency, which translates to about 662,000 US dollars worth of Faker's $500
What? Wait,
skin.
what? Okay,
Riot is
well,
making bank in China right now from his skin.
so they're not mad. They don't even care.
No, they're like, Americans weren't gonna buy the skin regardless. The Chinese base, the Korean base, just the Asian base in general, you know they're gonna buy the skin.
Yeah, because it's a player's skin.
Yeah.
It's like his icon skin. I guess you could say like Fortnite.
Well, it's
It's
because
his
like
icon skin.
it's also for the character it's for Ari, which is Faker's most legendary champion. And every year in Worlds, they get to decide which champion to give a skin to, and Riot has denied him 4 times an Ari skin since his very first World Championship. Now he
Is
gets
that?
one.
Yeah, because they didn't expect him to be the goat of league. Do you think? Do you think that's the reason why they
Well,
didn't
like
expect him to actually be good?
he won one, like congrats. He won two, okay, that's rare. He won three, no one's passing you. That's when they're like, oh shoot, this dude's for real, for real.
And then he won four, and then like, oh,
You know what?
never mind.
Just give it to
You
him.
got it,
It's
bro.
free.
And if he wins fair, what then?
I don't. I don't
Will they
know.
re-release the skin again and make more bank?
The $800 super deluxe Ari skin that comes with like a whole battle pass with it. I don't know.
You get to me Faker.
Don't forget, Faker gets a cut from this too, so he's making money. Hey.
Hey,
When
man.
you're the world's greatest player, man, it's not too surprising that all
No,
this attention
no,
is.
no, no, no. He's the face of esports.
Yeah, the esports greatest player. He is esports. If you could have picked anybody in the world of esports to represent your
More like
sport,
those memes that are going out like, hey, this is like Aura.
yeah,
No, Aura is him.
he's
Or
Aura.
like, yeah, he is Aura.
If you
Not.
get the time, watch the LCK summer opening intro, and just watch when Faker comes on screen. You can tell how different it is to every other player that they showcase. They always focus on him heavily in a different way because he is their league. The moment Faker retires, LCK's viewership's gonna drastically decline. League viewership's gonna drastically decline. They're gonna have to cultivate. We say this every time we talk about him, but they're gonna have to cultivate somebody new to take his place, and there still isn't somebody at that level just yet. We'll see.
I don't think though. There will never be a player more decorated than that man ever. They just
Yeah.
can't.
No, yeah, it's literally impossible.
League is like probably up there with the hardest championships to win.
Yeah.
And most of the regions is the same region that he plays against every year, or every year. Yeah. Wait, that probably didn't make sense. Does that make sense? No.
I mean,
The team who win worlds is the same people that he plays in the.
I would say a better way to say it, Faker, T1 never gets an easy draw of the bracket to get to the finals. They always play the world's hardest teams to get to the finals. Even if they lose the finals, they always play every single number one seed in each region they tend to go through before getting to the finals. World favorites that were projected to win, they go through before getting to the finals. So you can't say it was a cakewalk for them any time that they've won. They've legitimately earned it. So yeah, just another week of us talking about Faker. But to other news, this one big esports news for FIFA, the FIFA E World Cup. The past few years, the E World Cup was actually being played on the FIFA games, but those don't exist anymore. As a result, FIFA now moving forward, they said for the foreseeable future, their E World Cup will now be on Rocket League. Which is funny because Angel and I were literally, I think, talking last week how Rocket League is car soccer. And it's going to be having its own like big event in, what was it? Do you recall? Because I'm blanking a little bit.
Sadia
Yeah,
one or
the
the
Esports World Cup. Yeah, Rocket League, and I think Rocket League themselves
who
announced that
said
they
fucking League?
wait. That's what it was. Rocket League announced that they were hosting their own World Cup. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then this week, FIFA said, not in partnership with Rocket League, we're hosting a FIFA World Cup using Rocket League. So now there will be two Rocket League World Cups, one hosted by Psyonix, the owner of Rocket League, and one hosted by FIFA, the world's largest sporting federation.
It's good though. I see it as a win because that means if you don't make the roster for your national team in one World Cup, you have a chance to make it on the other one.
Mhm.
So it gives you a chance to play for your country. And if you get selected for both, you're kind of chopped, bro.
Oh, yeah.
But I would rather choose the FIFA one, like the actual FIFA one to play in. Because, I mean, nothing wrong with Rocket League, but it's FIFA hosting it.
Yeah.
We're talking about the FIFA or that runs real life professional.
No, yeah.
So, but yeah, I see it's a good opportunity for whatever country you're representing, or you'll be able to watch two U.S. teams play
Mhm.
on two different World Cups, and yeah, it gives players from their, I guess, their countries an opportunity to represent their, I guess, their countries in a World Cup twice if they can.
Yeah, that.
Oh, no, they're giving them more an opportunity to be on one of those teams to play in a World Cup.
Yeah. It's gonna be weird considering that, like you said, that there's a chance that players might be drafted for both the Psyonix World Cup and the FIFA World Cup.
It would just
So
be up
they're
to the players
spending,
to decide,
yeah, and
right?
then if they decide to commit to both, they're going to be spending a good portion of the year not on their local esports team, but preparing for the World Cup instead. So it's going to be interesting how both of them impact the Rocket League esports schedule, because that's usually a yearly thing, you know? Especially like how we
Okay,
see like the
so
esports World Cup is already impacting almost every single esports schedule. Most of them are taking 2 weeks off when their events happen. So if you have a FIFA one, that's going to impact teams that have to do their Rocket League schedule, and if you have a Sonics one too, that's now twice in the season that you have to like take off because all these players are going to be off in this big international event.
it's yeah, that I mean, there's the pros and there's cons. The cons, obviously, it depends on how FIFA's gonna like host this type of World Cup. Like, are they planning to do it like every 4 years type of deal,
Oh
like
yeah.
actual World Cup? And is Rocket League gonna do the same thing, or are they gonna do it every couple years,
Mm-hmm.
every 2 years, or every year, which would defeat the purpose of World Cup? I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously, it's the first time opportunity for both FIFA to try something different out of their their comfort zone that isn't FIFA. Like, and obviously, Rocket League's company hosting their own. So, I
I
mean,
can.
it just brings eyes to the Rocket League scene. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
because it just makes you want to figure out, okay, why was this player drafted to my country's Rocket League team, and why is there another one?
Yeah.
And it brings eyes to the scene and like Rocket League. I mean, Rocket League's pretty big.
Yeah.
This is just gonna help them project more viewership and more eyes. Excuse me,
No, you're good.
had some air, but yeah, we'll see where this goes. I'm actually excited about this. It sucks that there's gonna be two different World Cups. Hopefully, they're not during the same time.
Yeah, that might be an issue.
I mean, it would be like if it was like, let's just say one happens in December and one happens during the summer. One happens in the summer and one happens during December, or like Christmas, cold winter time.
Yeah.
Think about the chances of player to play on two World Cup.
But then where do you
Uh,
host the Rocket League season finals? Because Rocket League seasons are 4 months long. So each year has two Rocket League championships.
this is rookie. I don't
So
know,
that's a lot of Rocket League playing in a year for big legitimate events.
but it just gives more players to play,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna give up the players more drive to
Haha,
play
more
really.
drive.
Oh my, more motivation to stand out. Like. they get a shot at an opportunity at their country to represent their country in the World Cup.
They're getting a shot, right?
I'm not trying to make these jokes on purpose.
No, I know.
They're having them. But
I can answer one of your questions because the FIFA Esports World Cup is hosted every year. So this would be a yearly tournament. So
it shouldn't be.
it's
It shouldn't be.
they treat esports differently, so it's gonna be a little weird.
Yeah,
But
but I don't think it should be like that.
yeah,
It doesn't. If they're trying to present it as a World Cup, it has to be presented properly as a World Cup.
mm,
So every 4 years, or if it's like a domestic tournament like the Copa America / Euros, which we're going to talk about in a second,
yeah.
um, like that, which is every 2 years, or when's the Euros? Every 2 years or 3 years?
Yours is every 2 years. Copa America's last one was 2022, or was it 2019?
Yeah, 2022.
It's 2020, so
Because
it's also every 2 years.
Argentina won it before they went into the World Cup as favorites because of it.
Yeah, so every two, both of those are every 2 years, and it's like in between. People kind of see it as in between events for the World Cup, big confederation cup essentially.
Yes.
Well, that's a conversation we'll get to when we get to that section. But yeah, the Esports World Cup has always been hosted every year, which is different than what World Cups tend to be or these big international events. I doubt that FIFA changes the format unless like. Well, also it depends on also if the Rocket League one will also be every year, every 4 years. We have no clue since they've just been announced, so there might be a format change. There might not.
Unless FIFA approached like the actual Rocket League people, like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
let's just do it together. So that's not a big headache for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be more clean. And then I'm okay with having one big World Cup every year instead of two World Cups every year,
Yeah.
which wouldn't make sense because then who would be world champion? Let's just say like one country wins both of them. Who's the world champion of Rocket League?
If one
USA?
Well, yeah, if one wins both, USA is the world champion. But if you have like USA wins the Sonics one,
USA
and
won
then
yeah.
France wins the FIFA one, and it's like, wait a minute, who's
So
the
who's the
greatest
real?
team in the world?
It would be France because it would be actual FIFA representing them
But like then you
technically.
look at the France roster on the FIFA one, which has France's best players, and look at France's roster on the other one, which has some of
Decent
France's
players.
best players, but some are different, and it's like, wait. So it's gonna be confusing. So I hope they're talking to each other so they can have like you said, either just make it one event, or if they do both, that there's a recognition that the Psionics one might not be like a World Cup, but like an international world event that they can name something else. But that's still
It-
in the early works. That's a 2025 problem.
but still, I mean, we're halfway and we're almost in July.
That is, yeah,
Think
yeah,
about that. You might say it, but it's gonna be here quick.
yeah.
We're almost done with this year. We're halfway through the year, which is fucking insane. Let me get that point. This year's gone by fast.
No, it's true.
But we've done a lot within these last 7 months, so I am not. Usually, when time like this is off topic, but usually when stuff goes by quick, I feel like I didn't accomplish a lot of things. But I have accomplished a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
things I've been wanting, things I'm in the process of getting, and obviously the org has been there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say that even though time is going by fast, I'm not going. I'm not looking at it as like, dang, I didn't do anything that year. I feel like I've done a lot, and I still have a lot more to go through this year. But yeah, crazy. But 2025, this is Rocket League's World Cup.
Yeah,
So I'm excited. We've actually been talking about. I mean, there's no esport that does it
a World Cup. No,
like World Cup style ever. No, the only one that comes close is
it's
probably
Overwatch. Overwatch is a World
Overwatch.
Cup.
Shout out to XQC Canada, baby. Or no,
Yeah,
he played on USA, right? No, he
he
played
played
on Canada.
Canada. Yeah.
So yeah, first, yeah. So it's good that we're heading into that era of esports that esports are trying to get World Cups. So especially certain esports that should have it because
Yeah.
of the style they have, the style of game that is.
League.
League.
Surprising that there isn't one for League, considering how international it is, but that's another topic for later.
The Asian games.
Yeah,
It's just Asia. So we'll see.
yeah, exactly. We'll see. But now, the most controversial topic we'll talk about this week: the man, the myth, the former Twitch streamer, now YouTube streamer, Dr. Disrespect, has announced today that he will be taking an indefinite break from streaming so he can. He said he's burnt out. He said that he's tired of streaming every day, so he's gonna take a break. But this comes literally 2 days after a massive, massive, vague tweet, and I'm gonna read it verbatim from former Twitch employer Avoli, also known as Cody Connors. Cody Connors tweeted this tweet on June 21st, which is 3 days before recording this, and he did not name anybody, but everybody knew exactly who this was referring to instantly.
Wait, did you send me this?
I think I did, and I was like, who is this? And then I read it again, I was like, wait, no, I know who this is. But Cody Connors said, verbatim, he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The power that he could read in plain text. Case closed, gang. No one made the wrong decision. F him and his boys. Everyone's like, that's Doc, instantly. Jake Lucky, he made a tweet about it. Doc responded instantly saying that there was no wrongdoings or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Everyone, but the way that Doc phrased it is like he's not admitting that he didn't do anything wrong. He's admitting that they just settled the case. And it's like, that's not great.
All these years, he's been trying to prove that he was innocent. Did he just get exposed?
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's like, Twitch did him wrong if it was for like the bathroom recording thing or whatever. But apparently it was a lot deeper, and now it makes sense why Twitch was just tight-lipped, didn't say anything.
They were saving him.
Yeah,
They were saving him. Think about it. Okay, look. If you're a Dr. Disrespect fan, look. At this point, Twitch was trying their hardest not to say anything, but he got out, and yeah, they were trying to save him, and he could have gone anywhere else, but because of the whole Twitch situation, there has to be a reason. I mean, I would assume the reason why other streaming partners didn't approach him because there had to be a reason why he was banned, and they didn't unban him.
Well, Twitch.
So they're probably wondering why sign him if Twitch, the biggest platform, banned him permanently and would get him back. But
Twitch's policy is that Twitch is not supposed to publicly reveal why streamer is banned, which is why anytime a streamer is banned, it's very vague, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Doc, as you know, when he got banned from Twitch, he came to YouTube, wasn't signed. There was not a reason why he wasn't signed, but YouTube didn't ban him off the rip, neither did TikTok, Twitter, or whatever, right? So he's still there, and clearly there is some sort of NDA between Twitch, Doc, and parties who knew to keep this under wraps, which is why the former Twitch mod who released this without naming Doc. Everybody just inferred that it was Doc, and we just happened to be right. But he's not going to get in trouble because he never actually named that it was him. But since Doc responded, we know for a fact that it was him. And all of us are like 90% sure, with the way that he approached it, that he did this. And also because of that, his own gaming studio that he was a co-founder to has let him go, effective immediately today. So now his whole game that he was developing will no longer be credited to him or attached to him anymore. I imagine even like Dr. Disrespect like Matt that's in Row Company, watch it get renamed or get just fully removed.
Wow. Wow.
Remember what Sean said?
No.
It's the year of truth.
Yeah, I do remember he said that. And he hasn't been wrong, man. That man has been cooking, bro. I need to know what he knows.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
It has been the year of truth.
That's some crazy, and Are you sure that's a real like Twitch
It's real
former player?
because he's verified Twitch employee.
He's a former. Oh, okay.
Yeah, verified former Twitch employee who was on the staff handling that situation. And then, like I said, I saw the tweet pop up with no context, but after a little bit of scroll, I'm like, oh, I see. But that was what, 3 years ago?
Close to 3 years.
Yeah. It's wild because like I used to watch Doc. He was a character. He plays a character while streaming, and he was funny. But ever since that situation, you could see a change in his tone. And even before that, there was the whole thing where he admitted on cheating on his wife and being unfaithful. And then shortly after that, his house got shot up on a stream. And then shortly after that, the whole bathroom thing at TwitchCon. And then he gets banned shortly after that, and we don't know why. And now we know why. So he's been on a consistent downfall ever since the first situation with his wife, and it just constantly got worse. And now I think this might be the nail in the coffin for his career, legitimately.
He got exposed. Bad. Dang, that's crazy.
The two-time.
Whispers. Huh. The thing that wasn't. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Whispers aren't here anymore for good reason.
Whispers not a thing no more?
No, Twitch just has DMs, but Whispers are gone.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
What is this?
that's just the
Oh, it
messages.
says whisper there.
Maybe on mobile it's still there. But yeah,
Okay.
Doc
Oh
is.
yeah.
It's so weird considering he was one of the biggest streamer faces in the gaming community, and like he obviously goes off the brand the two-time because he was the two-time champion in the esports awards that happens yearly, and he was one of their first winners and one of their only back-to-back winners. He was a respected member of Twitch and just streamers in general. But like I said, now it seems that his career has just gone down the toilet. And if he ever does decide to return to streaming from his indefinite break, his audience probably won't be there, at least at the level it once was.
Who knows if he still has the friends he has now,
No,
the
yeah,
people that he
exactly.
plays games with. So, um, wow. I mean, answers were answered,
Mm-hmm.
or unsolved mysteries have been answered by some random Twitch employee
Yeah.
that decided to just go rogue one day. But yeah, now there's clarity, I guess you could get
We have,
away.
yeah, we
So for people wondering why he was banned, now we see why. And Twitch was saving him, and he really would try to go against Twitch.
yep.
So made sense now the why they settled. And now I think he poked the bear a little too much when he was still talking bad about them,
Mm-hmm.
even though they settled. So I just
That's
took in a
on him.
former employee to do it, and yeah, now we're here. With Doc now somewhat retiring, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Time will tell, and we got nothing else to say. But
No, yeah, I think that
move
closes
on.
out our esports, and now we're going to what I'm wearing, talking about soccer, football. We have two major international events happening right now. We have Copa America and we have the Euros. And we'll start off with the bigger one, the Euros, because there's been a lot more upsets in the Euros. We had a lot of good matches, and things haven't gone exactly as people were expected. Like Croatia was supposed to be a powerhouse team. They have been struggling real bad. Um, Belgium was supposed to be a good team, but Slovakia has been playing really, really well for some unforsaken reason. Scotland had a really rough start, but ended up like either tying. I think yeah, they've tied all the games that they've played ever since their first lost. Um, What else? France and Netherlands drew. It was a good match, but both teams are a little too strong for each other. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Some upsets, some
Germany
expected stuff.
tying with Switzerland.
Yeah, but it's been competitive, and the fans have clearly been into it because they've been going wild.
Yeah, there was 2 games today.
Yeah,
Which was Spain versus what, Albania?
it was Spain versus
Oh,
Albania, which was 1-0
one,
Spain,
and then Croatia versus Italy, which
1-1.
like 1-1. Kind of expected it, but I kind of expected Italy to play better since they kind of choked going to the World Cup this year or that the following year.
Yeah, and Croatia just
And
hasn't been good this year for some reason.
so yeah, yours has been really exciting.
Yeah,
To watch, and then
you hop over to the pond to Copa America, and it's been pretty much what we expected. You had
yeah,
Argentina beat Canada 2-0, no surprise.
played here.
Mexico beat Jamaica, USA beat Bolivia. Like
It's who you expect to win. Besides, what was one team that should have not won? Oh, never mind.
I think the Uruguay Panama match was a bit of an upset.
Not really.
No,
The way Uruguay
Uruguay.
played against Mexico, kind of they do play pretty good. So
Mm.
I was gonna say the joke, but I'm not gonna say that.
No,
You know what I was gonna say, right?
no, I know. Yeah. I will say though, for those watching the Copa America for the first time, this is not a normal lineup of teams because this is the second time in Copa America's history that they've had teams from North America be in it. And the first time was in 2016 for Copa America Centario, which was for their 100th celebration, which wasn't an official Copa America technically. It was like a special event. But this one is. So it would be kind of funny if a non common ball team won the Copa America. But the chances of that are really low, obviously, because you have Argentina in this pool.
Brazil.
And Brazil, yeah. Yeah, South America is a powerhouse region. They're the first. They had the very first soccer federation, in fact. So it's no surprise that they have a lot of strong teams. But it'd be funny to see like Team USA in the semis or Mexico in the semis, and then maybe it's one of them somehow squeak through to the finals, and freaking people in South America would be really mad that like a North American team's in their finals. But I don't know. Also, the other
Yeah.
controversy. A lot of South American fans are mad that it's being hosted in the United States, not because it's in America, but because the prices are extremely high. You have Euros matches between some of the top teams where the cheapest tickets will be $45, right? While the cheapest tickets here in certain stadiums will be $250. The Argentina match that they played in Atlanta, the cheapest tickets were $280. And that's at the top of the bends, where you can barely see. You're basically you just gotta watch the screen at that point. Well, like the match I'm going to, the cheapest ticket was 80, which is somewhat more
What
reasonable.
match?
USA versus Panama on Thursday.
You're going?
That's the only reason I bought this.
You didn't tell me?
Well, you now know.
I'm going to go. We could have gone together. What the?
Well, because we're going because friends from work already had tickets, and they asked me, "Did I want to go?" I was like, "Sure." How much are
You're
tickets?
lame.
They told
You
me they
didn't.
were going, so I was like, "Sure, I'll go."
All right, so we're. Oh, you're lame.
You're going?
Yes.
Where are you sitting?
Front row.
Oh, so you have the expensive tickets.
No, I don't. I lied. I'm a middle section actually.
Do you pay like 150 something?
Around that.
Yeah, I wasn't willing to pay that much. We're all sitting at the very top of the beds.
Should I go top of the bins?
There's gonna be some empty seats there if you want to join us.
What? Do you know what number your seat is?
Yeah. Actually, it was
We'll
like
talk about it on stream. We'll get there.
yeah.
Playing together.
But okay, I guess we'll probably see each other on Thursday at some point. But We
I
both will
guess.
be at Copa America. U.S. men's team versus. I thought you could have guessed when I asked you when I asked this
Well,
jersey.
yeah, but I didn't. I mean, I thought you were just wearing it to wear for like work or like to wear around because they're playing here.
No. We can't wear jerseys at work, so this is like legit stuff.
Oh,
But
my
anyways, yeah, people have been mad because the prices have been so high, and as a result, lots of the stadiums have been very empty, and you can tell on video. Some stadiums, I think the one that was one of the matches that happened, I think yesterday even, the stadium was like less than 30% full. So it looked really sad. Hopefully the game in Atlanta, the Argentina game was packed. That was like almost sold out, 75,000 fans there, and it was basically an Argentinian home game, which is kind of funny in Atlanta because people wanted to see Messi if they don't watch him play in Inter Miami. And now, of course, with the U.S. men's team game, I don't expect a sold out Benz, but probably like 70% like average Land United match type game, because men's team versus Panama, who we should beat. But besides that, Copa America has been a little bit less fun because it's going as expected versus the Euros, which has had some big upsets and whatnot. But yeah, if you have any other esports news
Mm.
or gaming or just general news, I don't think. Oh, do you remember Ocean Gate? The
I
submarine
think
dude that
so.
went tried to go to the Titanic and they got lost and
What
yeah,
about it?
their co-founder is trying to do a new submarine tour. I don't recall where, so let me check real quick. But yeah, okay. Ocean Gate's co-founder is planning a trip to one of the world's deepest ocean sinkholes to go explore it. This has been one.
Mm.
This sinkhole has never been explored before.
Mm-mm.
Also, their other co-founder, Stockton Rush, passed away in 2009 due to a submarine imploding. So it seems all of their top brass keeps going out the same way. Which is really
Jesus.
morbid when you
I
think about it,
shouldn't. I
but
shouldn't laugh. That was
it's
not. That was
like
not. That wasn't. I wasn't supposed to laugh. But it's just you were literally setting it up to
no,
imploding.
I know, and it's like
So my fault. My fault to
you're
everybody.
you're
I
you're
didn't mean it.
good.
But the way he set it up, I thought he was setting it up for me to say the joke, but
No, you're
didn't mean it. My
no. That's
fault. But
literally what
yes.
happened. It imploded. So it's like
Hope pray to everything that nothing happens to them or Tim if he's going by himself, which I doubt he is. Um.
I mean,
So.
if something happens,
Yeesh.
no one will be surprised. If something doesn't happen, everybody will be surprised, which is it should be the opposite way, but Ocean Gate doesn't have the greatest reputation, unfortunately.
Especially recently. So. Yeah. Try something else. Go play darts, pool. I don't know. Do something else. Just
You're
don't.
rich. You don't gotta go into the water. You can do anything else, but like try to go so deep until your submarine gives up on life.
Or at least have something better than a Logitech controller.
Yeah, there's that too.
That's like from 1987.
If it ain't
So
broke, don't fix it.
it was definitely
I
broke, and
know.
they definitely need to fix it. So, good controllers out there. Xbox. Use my code at Global Conquerors at checkout.
Yeah, get yourself a scuff controller branded with the GC logo, and your submarine will definitely not implode.
Yeah, they definitely want you to like, comment, subscribe on the video too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we were making this topic way worse than what it is. Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
hopefully everything goes better. But like, I don't want to talk much about it because we talked about the previous one, and if something else happens again, and no one's gonna be shocked, but
mhm.
more confused by the people who are gonna go on this trip. So
I mean, it's a
whoever's
wild time.
whoever whoever's gonna go on this trip need to think very very hard and carefully on this. And then the first thing you see is the controller, and if it's not, you don't think it's right.
Just get out of there immediately. Like, I'm good. Keep my
You could
money.
just tell them keep my money. But yeah, so we'll see. When is this voyage supposed to take place? Next year,
At the
I would
moment, I
assume.
don't think he said actually. Let me see.
I would assume next year. It just makes sense. If he's talking about it, I would assume he's. I would assume it would be sometime next year.
Let's see. So it's a sinkhole off the Bahamas.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, it's in that area.
Hmm.
He said it's the next frontier. It would be this year. This year. So
Damn.
you'll know very well if something happens because we will cover it on our podcast, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's it for this week's news on Global Conquerors. I'll close it out this time. Thank you guys for watching the podcast episode 32. Make sure to check out my channel SMGFrenzy. Make sure to check out my montage on SMGFrenzy. Make sure to check out Angel's Ancient montage on his channel and on the GC channel. Make sure to check out his Twitch if he decides to stream again. Make sure to check out my Twitch if I decide to stream again. We have a Halo video that came out on Tuesday, which is fun. We should have a Minecraft video coming out the following Tuesday, because I know it's been about a month since we posted some Minecraft. Make sure to check out some of the old podcasts for some news that you might have missed in the esports or general news world. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
5 days ago? What the fuck? I streamed 5 days ago? Like, okay, or about a week ago? But okay, I screw me. Okay. Alright.
But till
Yeah,
next
but-
time, bye.
Peace.